All right, so this is going to be part four of my retirement story. And so in part three, we were talking about what I seen as a retiree and everybody all old and everything. And then we were talking about how all my friends are dead. So being a retiree, one thing you might not want to have is friends, right? So I'm 70 years old. And maybe I don't want to have any friends because people I know are that I used to know, they're all dead. So if I make a friend with somebody in a year or two, I'm attending their funeral. I have been to so many funerals. It started off with my parents. I thought they would never leave me. And my mom died in my arms, and my dad died getting a morphine drip over at Kaiser Harbor Hospital, and both of them ran the ground. My grandmother died. She starved herself to death. All my friends, they're all dead, right? And so all I do is spend my time going into wakes, watching them lie in a doggone box, or be their pallbearer, or putting their ass in the ground. I didn't know, like at military funerals, they bury you standing up. I didn't know that because I was wondering why they had a big drill auger like the ones that they take and put in telephone poles. This great big auger drills a hole in the ground and goes straight down. And then they lift the end of the casket up, and then they lower it like, and your feet are at the bottom, head's at the top, and they lower it vertically in a hole and have you facing the front of the cemetery where all the commanding officers are. So you're standing in a formation for the rest of your life in your box facing the front entrance or the highest ranking officer. I didn't know that. And that's why those crosses are so close together, because they don't lay you horizontally. They lay you vertically in the ground. So anyway, being a retiree, you notice that most of your friends are dying or dead or on their way out. So you're just sitting around waiting to die. But let me tell you something. I was surfing on the net and all, and I found something interesting on Facebook. I saw my daughter, and she hasn't seen me in like 25, 30 years and all. And what did I see her? She's over there twerking with her big old thunder legs, thunder thighs. She's got a little Facebook site, and she's over there twerking her butt all over the doggone internet. And she's got a friend, and they both twerk their butts together. Great big, my daughter's pretty, but she's got big thunder thighs. Big thunder thighs, the big ass, just bouncing all over the place. I'm going, oh my God, is this what I got? Is this what my daughter's giving me here? With big old thunder thighs, legs bouncing all over the place. I had to write some stuff to her, about that. Being a dad and all. So, hadn't had any relationships with my daughter, but it would be nice if she talked to me so that we could take and make things up. Because when I got a divorce from her mother, I didn't get a divorce from her. So that's another episode. All right, so speaking of friends and stuff, I ain't got any. So I just went to diabetic, what was it? A little seminar on diabetes and all. And it was over at the Veterans Administration Clinic over here in downtown Los Angeles on Temple Street. So I went up there, and there was like about 30 or 40 people in the little seminar, and they were showing you about all the stuff about diabetes and all that kind of stuff. A lot of old people have diabetes. They say I have diabetes. So I got diabetes 1, about ready to go into diabetes 2, and you can lose your vision and stuff like that. They say diabetes attacks your retina and disassociates your retina from your seeing portion of your brain. So you have to take and go in, and then they dilate your eyes so they can see what the damage is, and they give you all kind of medications and stuff. They suggest that you lose at least 10 to 20% of your body weight, and eat good foods, and go in there and get your eyes seen by an optometrist every 4 to 6 months, right? Because you can get this macular degeneration that'll put black spots or dead spots on your retina, and you lose your vision forever. So we were talking about some of the stuff that can help us out. I drink cinnamon. I take about a tablespoon of cinnamon with some honey every evening with warm water. So that seems to help me out a lot. But a lot of people have all kinds of little things that they did. We had some tuna, and they made a little tuna casserole and all. And you can't eat too much sugar, and they recommend that you diet and you take an exercise, not much, just for like walk around the block or something like that. And I see, I walk around the block, but I don't see a lot of old people because they're on walkers and stuff, and they can barely walk, and so just getting old is really something. You don't have very many friends. You get on these buses and trains, and you see all these old people look like they dead, right? Sitting in these chairs. It looks gloomy. Like I said, I used to go to casinos and stuff, and I have a story about that, right? Because the police treat you real bad. And also I have a story about that, so I don't go to casinos now, and I don't gamble. And I tell you, the only sex that I see is if I get online to go to Pornhub and stuff, because there's no old looking women. I saw the women over in the diabetic clinic, and they look like they're like 1,000 years old, like they all about ready to drop dead. So there's nothing sexually appealing at all out there. So you got to go ahead and go to I'm sorry, you got to go to the porn sites or whatever, or go to the beach. Now I understand why my granddad always went out to the beach and sat in the chair, because he could at least look at some of the young, beautiful women that were walking by on the sidewalks and stuff. So that's why he said he would go fishing. He'd bring his fishing pole and stuff and put it right there on the park bench, and all he'd do is look at the women walking back and forth all day long. So at least that's what he did, because my grandmother wasn't all that pretty and all. So, and that's a whole story too. I got to tell you about that story, about what happened to him and how my grandparents got divorced when they was 70, 80, 90 years old. They got a divorce. And and then last thing I was telling you about, I don't see any happy marriages. I see people living together, right? They living together, but they're not happily married. I have not seen any happily married people at all. Of my whole 70 years on this planet, that includes my mother and father, right? And I got a whole story on that too. My grandparents, cousins, all of them, terrible divorces, trying to kill one another. Everybody in my family, divorced, separated, or a player. Got 5, 10, 20 wives. I'm not wives, but baby mamas and baby daddies. I got all kind of kids in my family. I don't know who they come from, because they come from girlfriends, all kind of concubines, side pieces and stuff. But nobody's married. But there's all these kids, and nobody's married. And I don't know all these kids, and I'm black, so all their names is something Wa, Tawisha, Latina, Tawana, Lakeisha, Maramba, Didisha, Kurlamba, Nudushisha, Kalela, Bulisha. Everybody's got a goddamn A at the end of their goddamn name. All these kids, they look like little hood rats, right? Like little hood rats, little spoiled little hood rats. Bad too. All wearing chains. Everybody looks like a goddamn pimp and a whore. The women boobs hanging all out, long fingernails. Everybody speaking Ebonics, the guys can't have a conversation. I'm sitting here and want to have a conversation with all these dudes. Yeah, 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 check it out. You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll play some football. Them goddamn Rams. You see what I'm saying? Check it out. Yeah, you got some stash, man. Yeah, yeah. What you doing, man? Oh, everybody, can't nobody talk normal. You gotta be dapping and shaking your hand and do all these symbols and hugging one another. Yeah, check it out. All this fucking nigger talk, and it just gets on my goddamn nerve. Can't nobody sit here and talk normal, right? The women, you can't talk normal to them. Hey, they all got attitudes, and like you talking to somebody in a bar. I just want to have a normal conversation. I don't want to be being no player and all this and check it out and look at my ride and all this kind of fucking shit. I just like to have a normal fucking conversation with people that got some intelligence, that know something about the goddamn country and about any goddamn thing other than some fucking alcohol and making babies and being sexy and all this kind of fucking shit, right? And I can't find nobody, right? And then on the other hand, you got all these old people with all these attitudes. I was sitting in the seminar, and this guy couldn't hear the little Japanese lady up front, and she was doing her presentation. So he blurted out, fuck, you get the fuck off the stage. I can't hear your fucking ass. I mean, he's saying it. I'm going like, I know people can hear it. And I'm going like, oh my God. Oh, and speaking of that, when I was walking down the goddamn street, I was walking down to get their hot dogs and stuff down the street over here on Temple Street, right in front of the federal courthouse building, right in front of I'm walking down, it's 80 degrees, and I'm walking down the doggone sidewalk on Temple Street, past Los Angeles, right in front of the Roy Ball Courthouse, federal courthouse, and this black lady is sitting there like she's in a bathtub. She ain't got a shirt on, her titties is out. And I'm going, what the fuck is going on? She looked like she's taking a shower. She's sitting there putting on suntan lotion over her big old boobs, all on her body. The police are out there. The fire department's going down. Right across the street is the police headquarters, right? And the IRS building, the federal building. And I'm going to the Veterans Administration building, security out there. And she's among all the people right on the sidewalk, putting suntan on her boobs and on her body and under her arms. Like ain't nothing going on. Nobody's arresting her or nothing. Kids walking up and down the street like it's normal. I go, what? What? And I was thinking, I got my camera here. I should take a picture, but then I wouldn't be able to put this on YouTube. Yeah, and it's happening another time over in my neighborhood. I was going to Kentucky Fried Chicken over here on Lorena Street, right across from, there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken by the 60 freeway right on the bridge. And right on the bridge was a black woman right there standing in the middle of the overpass bridge. No clothes on at all. None. Zero. None. And I was sitting there at the stoplight. Big boobs hanging. She's big and fat. Everything exposed, standing up there on the doggone bridge with no clothes on. And there's been several incidents where, and when I went to the post office, there was another black lady, right? She laying on the sidewalk, no clothes, and just like she's swimming up the sidewalk right next to the post office. What the heck is going on with these women, right? No clothes on at all. Singing and dancing and prancing around. Is there something going on? Okay, so this, I don't see this. When I was working, I didn't see this. But now that I'm retired, right, I see all this goddamn shit. And it just, I don't know what to say. So today, today's Friday. I'm going to go down and get me some catfish. Might make a show on the catfish because I always eat fish on Friday because I'm Catholic. Go down there and get me some catfish and see how that's like. But this retirement shit, man, there ain't nothing to do. I go to the senior centers and people sitting. There's a senior center right over here. There's a right over here by the park. I'd say I'm about 500 feet from the doggone park over here on off Whittier Boulevard, and they got a nice little park. They used to call it Laguna Park, right? And they got a senior citizen over there, center over there. I walked in there, and people with oxygen bottles. It looks like you're going into a morgue, right? People just sitting there salivating, drooling all out of their mouth. You talk to them, eyes got glaucoma all in them, it's all glassy and cloudy and stuff, cataracts all in their eyes, and they sitting there and they stinking, and hands shaking all over the goddamn place. Oxygen, you can hear the oxygen. They got the things on their nose, the little cannulas and stuff with the oxygen coming in there and stuff. And you talk to them and like, I go like, can anybody in here talk? Can anybody in here walk? Everybody, and you got the TV set going over there, and everybody's just sitting there like they just all waiting to die. All of them. I go outside, the gang's out there, people graffitiing all over the goddamn place. Try to go to the beach, right? And it's just, oh man, it's just horrible. I tried to go to, I haven't been to the beach in a long time. I didn't know that the beach was taken over by the homeless. There's homeless, I thought the people were sun-tanning out there. No, this is where people sleeping. They got bodies all over the beach, all up underneath the piers and stuff. And where you walk, there's needles all in the sand and stuff. Dogs, animals. You can't go into the goddamn toilet. You go in the toilet, you're riding a bike, they steal your bike. There's shit all in the goddamn toilets. They use toilets as a prostitute area where you go in and get sex. The prostitutes in there waiting to suck you off and all this kind of stuff. Shit all over the place. No toilet paper, shit all piled all the way up over past the seat. Filth and stink and shit, right? Graffiti all over the place. Police all outside waiting to take an arrest and beat the shit out of you and take you to jail. Homeless people and people riding all up and down the boardwalk at 100 miles an hour. Everybody's got these electric this, that, and the other, and they just try to run you over. You can't. There's no place to go. You go out into the ocean, and they got a sign saying that you can't go in the water because the E. coli is too much. The sewage treatment plant that overflowed the shit all in the goddamn water, right? The water brown, smells like a doggone sewage plant. With all the shit floating all over the place. You can't go there. You can't lay on the beach because people sitting there watching you. And if you go to sleep or anything and you wake up, they done stole everything around you because the homeless people are looking to rob you. And I'm going, is this the retirement life? Is this it? I can't sit no place because they turn all the sitting places into homeless encampments. All the tables got tents. All the shelters got blankets all wrapped around them because they turn all the seating places into a homeless shelter. There's homeless people all over the place. And every time I take 2 steps, hey man, you got some change, you got some money, you got some change. Everybody's begging for money. I'm going, is this retirement? It just makes me want to just go run off the pier, right? I just wish I could disappear. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of it. And I've only been retired for just over about a year, right? Only just about a year. Because right now it's Friday. It's nice outside, but there's nobody here. I mean, everybody here is Mexican, right? And everybody's hiding in the house because all this ice shit. They're scared to go outside. So nobody walking the streets. They only come out at night, right? Nobody walking the streets. Nobody's doing nothing. I have no friends. Everybody I know is either unemployed or dead, right? I'm just sitting here. Just sitting in my fucking house, just sitting here waiting to die. That's all I'm doing. Just sitting here waiting to die. Why be healthy? Why do all this wonderful stuff when there's no place to go? You know, I done went to Las Vegas and to Disneyland. Go to fucking Disneyland. All right, it's going to cost you $500 just to get inside the goddamn gate. And all you do is stand in the line. And most of the people there around where I am, they're all Hispanic, right? So nobody's speaking English. Everybody's speaking Spanish. Everybody's big and fat. Everybody's standing in line. You're going to get on a little roller coaster that lasts maybe about a minute in the ride. You got to stand in the fucking line that's like about 4 hours long. And it's zigzag back and forth like cattle. And all you do is just stand in fucking lines for 2 or 3 hours to get a little thrill ride that lasts you about 30 seconds to maybe about a minute, right? And then you get out and you go buy a bottle of water for $10. A hot dog costs you $25. A lollipop costs you $7. Everything that you do costs you some fucking money. You want to go pee and shit, it's going to cost you money to get inside the toilet to pee and shit. Then there's people standing in the lines for that. I can't even get a goddamn picture with Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse because I got to stand in the fucking line an hour for them to take a picture with them. And when you're taking a picture with them, everybody's screaming and hollering at you in Spanish for you to hurry up so that they can take and get their goddamn picture. You know, and don't buy nothing at the goddamn store, because if you buy something at the store, now you can't get on the rides because you got bags of shit. They won't let you keep your bag or take your bag on the ride. And if you put it in storage facility, you come back off the ride, they done stole your shit, right? And there's fights that go off. So you're sitting in there and you think you're in the happiest place in the world, and all of a sudden this whole family starts to fight this other family, and that's the excitement. They cursing and yelling. Sometimes they beat up Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse and Goofy is in the middle of the fight. People beating up on one another in Disneyland, throwing people all in the water and shit. You got homeless people all up in there, you know, and then the people bump it all up in you and stealing all your shit. So you got to watch it when people bump up against you, because now they pickpocketing and stealing all your wallet. So you sit there and you're in Disneyland, and all of a sudden you ain't got no wallet, you ain't got no car keys, and you stuck in the middle of Disneyland. Now your car, you ain't got a way to get home. You don't have no ID or nothing because they just stole your shit because of the pickpocket. So this is the life of a retiree. So I'm at home now. I'm trying to relax. On my computer, I got all this fucking shit on the computer where they trying to hack and steal all your stuff, saying that you got a package that you didn't pick up, or you got these bills, or there's some security alert here, and they trying to fish you in so they can steal all your stuff. That happened to me. I lost my account twice, you know, thinking that I was trying to take care of something, and they hacked into my bank account. I had to change all my credit cards and everything. So that's another thing. Don't answer no goddamn phones calls. Don't say nothing, because you're going to get all these scam calls, and they're going to try to hook you in, get a little piece of information from you, and they're going to rob you blind, right? That's all you're going to get. You're going to get all kind of shit in the mail, right? All kind of stuff. They want you to join this, come here, do this, that, and the other. And all they're doing is trying to get you to sign something so they can fake you. Even if you talk, they got AI that will take and fake your name, or if they get a picture of you, fake your name, fake you, and clone you, and clean out your bank account or your savings account in 2 seconds, right? So don't answer no phones, don't answer no emails, don't respond to nothing, don't even talk to me. And you even got to be careful just walking around here, because they got scanners that can scan your credit cards. So you need to have something where you put your credit cards in these little devices or whatever it is to keep them from scanning your credit card while you walking uh, on the sidewalk. You walk by somebody, they got these little scanning devices that can read all your credit cards uh, in your goddamn wallet. So you need to make sure that that's that's protected. And going to ATM machines, they put fake stuff in the ATM machine. You put your card in there and push the button, and you're transmitting to somebody that's standing right over there in the parking lot. Right? Even when you got trying to get in your car, they scan in the codes in your on your key, all right, so that they can take when you go into the store, they can take and uh, push a button to activate your automatic door locks on your car and go in and steal your goddamn car in 2 seconds, right? So you got to be careful, right? All this wireless stuff that they got you on and stuff, you know, people stealing your shit. I got people that park right outside my house and just sit there in the alley, and they just sit there and they're scanning to see if they can get any activity off of my Wi-Fi. And they come in and they use my Wi-Fi for their Wi-Fi, or they come in and steal all the shit that I got, all my codes and everything. So you got to be real careful with all that shit. And your phone. The last thing I'm gonna talk about before I let this thing up is the phone. You know, I just say, Siri, can you tell me what time it is? If I say, hey Siri, all of a sudden my phone is talking to me. So if I say, hey Siri, maybe your phone has just activated, and now it can sit there and talk to you. So if somebody comes up to your house and yells, hey Siri, you're going, what's going on? Your phone, they're talking to your phone, and they'll go, hey Siri, am I home? And then the phone will go, no, you're not home, you're so and so. Hey Siri, You're at where am I? See, I'm sitting here talking. Hey Siri, what time is it? You're at 30. It's 10:38 a.m. You see that? I just said something, and she's already talking to me. So even on the recordings, when it hears me say, hey Siri, it starts responding, so they can find out everything about you by just talking at your house. So you're going to have to be real careful. All right, so this is a part 4 on my retirement experience. Okay, my retirement experience really sucks. Okay, we'll go into a next thing. I hope I don't see my daughter twerking on the goddamn Facebook when I get off. All right, I hope that you're having a good time, and I'd love to hear your stories. Let me hear your stories and put your comments on my webpage here, Omega Wham 1, or send me your email or your phone number, and maybe we can talk together on my channel. Okay, I'm at Mega Wham 1, MEGA Wham WAM 1, the number 1. And I need for you to subscribe. Thank you, all the people that's subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much. We're doing very good in 2026. Unfortunately, it looks like World War III is about ready to start up, or some great big national civil defense, civil uprising is about ready to happen. Unfortunately, that's what's going on. We got a lot of problems with ICE, and we're going to see National Guards and stuff getting in here. You guys be cool, be calm. You retirees, you know, you need to just take and just survive it, and just don't sweat the small stuff. Try to enjoy life the best you can. So what's up? What's up? And my fingers getting tired pushing the button, and we'll see you on another edition of What's Up? What's Up?